Hey everybody, it's Casey Williams. Queen Elizabeth was well known for driving her Land Rover Defenders on her country estates. But when she was back in London on official business, she usually rode in a Bentley. But I suspect if she had this vehicle, she'd only need one. The 2024 Land Rover Defender 110. Let's go have a look at it. What I really like about the SE edition we have this week is that Queen Elizabeth or her grandsons would really appreciate this vehicle. From the outside, it looks sleek, it looks modern, it looks a lot like a Range Rover, but also looks a lot like the classic Defenders too. You got the Defender badge here up on the hood, you got the round headlamps, of course they're LEDs. Down below it looks like metal, it's actually plastic, so there's some modernization with it. I like the pad here on the hood that looks like it's a step plate, very cool. I wouldn't stand on this, there's a lot of aluminum in the vehicle, but it does look very cool. I like this dark color too. I like the dark gray, I like the black trim, I like the 20-inch dark alloy wheels. Again, looks a little bit sinister, looks very youthful, but again, it's not something that would offend a queen. I like the roofline too, it's really square. And again, the basic shape, basic proportions really remind you of those classic Defenders. Around the back, some really nice modern touches. I like how the tail lamps are just kind of flush here with this panel. Of course, they're indented too, but this looks really clean, looks really fresh. I like it a lot. Tow hooks down below. Of course, a spare tire here on the back. Got the side opening tailgate. And inside, you can get the 110 with 2 rows, optional 3 rows. This has the 2-row seating, which just means there's a lot more space back here for storage and for luggage. And being a Land Rover, I like how the rubber floor mats are in here, so you can throw dirty stuff in here. You throw your boots in, throw the dogs in. It doesn't really matter. You just clean up when you're done. Previous Defenders probably were a little too rugged for daily use, so I really like what they've done with this one. There's a little more Range Rover, a little more Land Rover Discovery, but you don't feel like you should be afraid to get it dirty either. It feels like a vehicle you can drive in your country estate, wash it off real quick, and run into town and do whatever you want to do with it. And it really starts from the inside. The rubber floor mats, the seats feel like it can be washed down very easily. Everything on the dash is stitched and padded. But again, nothing feels like you're going to hurt it. It doesn't feel like it's like some fine leather you're going to destroy. There's some plastic in here, but again, all stuff you can wash down and clean up very easily. But it's very comfortable. I like, once you climb up in it, and it's a little bit tough to climb up into it sometimes, I like the seats. They're very supportive, nice bolstering, heated and ventilated in front, a heated leather wrapped steering wheel. You've got tri-zone automatic climate control, so people in the back have their own controls as well. Panoramic sunroof. So it feels very light, feels very airy, very comfortable. And lots of nice storage, like this storage space down here with the USBs. Phone charging, wireless, just throw the phone here. Deep console here as well. And some of the modern touches that I really like has the Meridian audio system, sounds stellar. You've got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, so you can easily connect your devices. And the dashboard, I like the flat screens especially. The touchscreen, I think it looks good. This is a little more difficult to use than it really should be. Some of the icons are easy, but once you get into like the radio mode and some of the media modes, it's a little difficult to figure out the menus. But overall, once you've driven the car a little bit, you do figure it out. Some other cool things I really like. I like the climate control buttons here. And you might think, well, they just look like climate control dials. You press it, and then you can turn the heated seats on there, or turn the ventilated seats back the other way. And press it, and it comes back to the climate control settings. So I really do like the interior. I think it's very nice, very comfortable, and very roomy for 4 or 5 people. I suspect the Queen's Defenders had diesel engines in them. This one has something just a little more sophisticated. This has an inline 6-cylinder engine, 3-liter engine, attached to an 8-speed automatic transmission. But this has something kind of unique. It has a light hybrid system that acts as an electric supercharger. So you get really good power and really good torque and okay fuel economy. So 395 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque. You can tow over 8,000 pounds with it, run 0 to 60 in 5.8 seconds. So it's pretty quick for a big, heavy off-road truck. Fuel economy, as you might imagine, not stellar. 17 miles per gallon in the city, 20 on the highway. But again, for a vehicle that's as big and as boxy and does all this thing can do, I think that's not terrible. It'd be nice if you got up in kind of the low to mid-20s, but that's respectable as it is. Base models have a coil spring suspension. This one's a little nicer than that. This has an air suspension. And I really, really, really like how this vehicle rides. Again, this is a very capable vehicle. You can raise the suspension up for off-roading, so it makes it even more capable. But on the highway, in its normal mode, it just wafts down the highway like a Range Rover. Super, super comfortable with the engine and the torque, just absolutely delight to ride. It is not at all what you would think of as being a very capable off-road machine. It also has another feature. You can press a button and it will actually lower the vehicle down. So if the Queen owned one and she was stepping in and out of it, it'd be a little bit easier for her as well. But overall, thoroughly enjoyed driving this vehicle this week. I really like everything about the Defender. Well, not everything. I don't love the touchscreen, but the rest of it's very nice. But the one downside to it, it's not especially affordable, and you're going to need one more time around.